Yeah. See, your pockets, you know, are not meant to carry your sense in. Just because you got a lot of money, that don't make you a man. Just because you got a lot of money, don't make you wise. Just because you got a lot of money, uh, don't give you bragging rights. Because the more money you make, the more money you're going to spend. And the more you're going to be locked into his system. Because he going to make sure of that. He going to get his cut, you know. And you just going to push him. The more money you make, the more you're going to push him up the mountain. And uh, you're going to always, subconsciously we know that he make the money. We know that we ain't making no money. And if you study his history, that's the reason why he came over and started this United States of America to separate itself from his mother country. And it appeared like he won, but he didn't win because the mother country, they couldn't beat him in guerrilla warfare, but they outsmarted him. And we're not gonna go into that, but it's all about money, about the banking system. It's all about commerce now, you know. This is how he controlling you with commerce. So how many people got different people got they hands in your pocket? Now look, let me tell you something about the Nation of Islam. In the early days, uh, Elijah took the people's money and developed a black Wall Street or a black Rosewood community up here in the north, different from down those black financial centers down south. It had a different, but it had a spiritual foundation structure to it. And he up here in Detroit, he had a. We kept the money in the black community amongst the Nation of Islam. It turned over almost 10 times, or at least 10 times. We had supermarkets, we had schools, we had buses, and the nation was worth some millions back in those days, 60 million, 66 million, or whatever. Back in those days, that's a lot of money. That would be almost couple of billion dollars today. And airplanes, you know. So he built on the money that the believers put in the collection plate. But now this is when it changed, when one of his sons got a hold, persuaded, I don't know how he did it, but my uncle was fighting against it. You know, he got in a lot of fights because my uncle was working on a solar panel factory, him and some brothers, back in the 60s, man. And they was perfecting it and getting ready to uh, uh, get some finance for it. But a provocateur was in the mix somewhere, got the brothers fighting amongst each other. This is around the time when the messenger was getting, was not, it was a little bit before he died. And so the brothers was fighting amongst each other up here. And when the messenger died, uh, the son Wallace D. Most of y'all know this history. He got it and he sold out, see. Farrakhan went with him. You don't know what kind of tricks or what persuaded Farrakhan to go with him, but he did. So we're going to leave that alone. But once he did that here in Detroit, Mayor Coleman Young was mayor too. And they was creating black millionaires. Don Barton, some more, just to name one. Don Barton, I can't think of this other brother's name, but it was several millionaires that Coleman Young was creating, and there was a whole lot of brothers in the nation with some heavy paper. So once Coleman Young got out of there, see, Master Farrar was behind all this. There was 20 years that Coleman Young was mayor that we could have, all the white people from downtown Hudson moved out. And they moved from downtown out to the suburbs. 20 years. And the brothers couldn't get it together. So we had some black mayors, but these black mayors were coons. Yeah, Kwame Kilpatrick, you know, he had some teachings up on him because he was with the Shrine of the Black Madonna, but he turned on him, went gangster, and he wasn't as deep as Coleman Young, and plus he was kind of too young anyway, and his people weren't cool, you know. So we gonna come back, Black Light Out.